As the calendar turns to December, you don't get just one game on a Saturday night on ISC and MyNDTV. You get two. Actually, this is game 6 of the day in Brownsburg of the Unranked Hoops Sneakers for Santa Shootout. It is Louisville Male, the lone out-of-state team playing in this event this season against the Pike Red Devils, who just might be the best team in the state of Indiana. Tonight's game on ISC and MyNDTV, presented in part by Banks & Brower. For every hour, there's Banks & Brower. Micah Litko and Daly. We go to work when you can't. Learn more at IndianaWorkers.com. By Unranked Hoops, Indy's first Euro-style basketball academy. Check out UNRNKD.com. And by Wabash College. Schedule your visit today at wabash.edu. Alongside Bill Fenlon, my name is Greg Rakestraw. We have the final 2 games of the day for you this evening on ISC and MyNDTV. And, Coach, thoughts on this one as we get close to tip-off?
Well, Greg, as always, good to be back with you. And good to be back in the great state of Indiana doing high school basketball games, man. There's nothing like it. You know, I'm living in Florida now most of the time. And, you can't find a gym like this in the state of Florida.
I was going to ask, is it worth the 50-degree temperature swing you experienced yesterday?
You know, sometimes it solidifies my decision being up here, but I do love being up here during basketball season. We've got a good one tonight between 2 excellent basketball teams, kind of at the front end of their season. You know, going through that period where you're discovering who you are and what people's roles are, and everybody's still got most of the journey ahead of them. And it's a really positive time to be a basketball player and be a basketball coach.
It is as loaded of a Pike team as they have had in some time. Jahari Miller, Isaiah Hill, back from last year. The Lampley brothers, Landon and Kenneth, have made the move from Lawrence Central. Kenneth has not played yet this season. He will make his season debut tonight. Again, simply put, there is not a team that is as talented as Pike. We'll see if they can capitalize on that as the season is just getting started. We'll take this quick timeout. We'll come back with starting lineups opening tip-off from the Varsity Fieldhouse in Brownsburg. It is Pike, it is Male. It is yours next on ISC and MyNDTV.
You know, Wabash is a school for people who are serious about reaching their full potential. If you really want to be challenged, you really want to reach your goals, you really want to take the road less traveled, if you're the kind of person that wouldn't have it any other way, we have a culture here where people outwork and outlove every day. And if that's what you're looking for, then we're your place.
Hey there, my name is Jake Query.
And I'm Derek Schultz.
And we are part of, actually, the entirety of, at least from an on-air standpoint, Query and Schultz on the ISC Sports Network. It's appropriately named. It's charitably award-winning. And Derek, now we venture into season number 5. Hard to believe.
5 of them. 5 of them. Can you believe it? 2 best buds, talking Colts, Pacers, Indiana sports, every Tuesday night, 7:30, ISC Sports Network, and on socials as well.
It is made possible, of course, by the people who watch and listen every single week. We are most appreciative. We look forward to season number 5.
Starting lineup's about to be introduced, and there's just a couple of heavy hitters there. Micah Shrewsbury on your left, Matt Painter on your right. Even on the day when Iowa State gets your number, the recruiting trail does not stop. And Bill, you know the gentleman on the left pretty well because A, you worked with him at DePaul University, and B, you broadcast some of his games at Notre Dame.
Well, Micah is a terrific guy. They're coming off a couple of big wins last week, kind of statement sort of wins as they're trying to make progress in his tenure. But, you know, going back to Coach Painter, when you get beat like they got beat today, the recruiting trail actually heats up a little bit more. And you want to get out there and see what's going on. And those two guys, besides being great coaches, they're great friends, and I know they've spent a lot of time together over the years, picking each other's brains, and they've helped each other get better at the craft.
And obviously Micah, formerly of Matt's staff. So starting 5 introduced for Male High School. They have played 2 games so far this year. They beat Trinity last night. That's a big win for them. Trinity, always a solid team out of Louisville, beat them 69-55. Cornelius Barnett, Keith Brazil, James Clark, Jordan Mitchell. Mitchell is the top-rated sophomore in the state of Kentucky, and Trey Hillerick at 6'10" obviously catches your attention for Male High School. Jahari Miller is Pike's leading scorer, 6'3" junior, 18 points a contest. TJ Davis, a part of the starting lineup, as advertised. Kenneth Lampley makes his season debut and goes straight to the starting lineup. Ian Macon, and then he is joined by Isaiah Hill, who frankly is a big part of the reason why coaches are here in tonight's game. 6'11", wiry build, great shot blocker. Can he be enough of a defensive presence, being a bit thin for 6'11"? Can he make enough shots at 6'11"? You see Jeff Teague on your screen. Of course, Marquise Teague, actually Jeff Teague will be a little further to your right. Teague brothers, the coaches, obviously Jeff, the head coach of this Pike basketball team. Bill, final thoughts where this one goes live.
Well, you know, going back to Hill, there's a guy at Kansas who looked a lot like him coming out of high school, right? Body type and length and those kinds of things. And a lot of times it takes those guys a little while to develop, and you just have to be patient with them.
Well, thanks for joining us on ISC and MyNDTV. Thanks to Dave Lang and Kyle Dunk and all the folks at Brownsburg for having us out for yet another season, our 6th consecutive year, bringing you this event on ISC. Looking for Hill and tipped and taken away immediately. Pike averaging a little under 11 turnovers a game through the first 3 games of the season. This is their only game of the week. Corner 3 for Male is good. Keith Brazil with the bucket. Second game against out-of-state competition for Pike. They took on Wisconsin Lutheran and lost in overtime. And Lampley, on his first shot of the season, levels it for Pike. Man-to-man to start things off here. This is
excuse me, Greg, but beyond this being early in the season, you're talking about 2 teams that never would have seen each other. So they've got to be a little bit of a feeling out period here to start the game.
Catch and shoot for Hillerick, left that one short, but rebound to Brazil. And Pike's got good size in Lampley and Hill. 2 guards a little bit smaller. This Pike team last year went 12-10. Looking for their first sectional title in 6 years, and frankly, looking for more than that. Pull-up shot misses everything underneath out of bounds to Pike.
Well, one of the things I'd like to watch, especially early in the season, is that is the extra possession differential, and you and I have talked about that over the years, is the difference between when you add up the turnovers and the offensive rebounds, how many extra cracks are you going to get over the course of the game? And very often that tells a pretty big tale on who wins and who loses.
Miller on the drive and kick, and TJ Davis, who came in 5 of 10 from three-point range, hits another, and Pike is out in front early. Good crowd on hand for this one. Our next game is Fishers and Mount Vernon. Obviously 2 of the favorites and nearly met in the state championship game last year. And that ball was last touched by Hillerick, so first Male turnover. Again, Louisville Male High School has been open since 1856. Just a bit of history for the school that used to be in downtown Louisville, now a little further south over the course of the last generation or 2.
You weren't there for the opening, were you?
I was doing the play-by-play via telegraph back then for Western Union. Catch and shoot for Lampley, not that time. Of course, his older sisters have played, and one sister still plays at Lawrence Central. Mom, the girls coach at Lawrence Central, and that's part of the reason why Isaiah Hill has a lot of folks' attention.
Well, he is a classic rim protector. With that sort of length, bounciness, and a little bit of a knack for shot blocking, there's a lot of people interested in having that in their programs at the college level.
Hill couldn't, at least altered that one. Well, he didn't touch it. Able to cut off the drive. Good look-ahead pass. Good sharing of the basketball. Lampley collects. Could not finish. Again, Lampley as a junior. Got his hands in there, forces the turnover. Second giveaway by Male.
Well, probably a little bit of a force right there. Not a lot of room. blind spin right into the defense and without any ball movement in the half court.
By the way, Daniel Morales, Deshaun Grice, and TikTok's favorite referee, Rob One, our three-man officiating crew for tonight's game. On the drive, does not go. Lampley, though, keeps it alive, and he gets fouled, and Kenneth Lampley will shoot two.
Extra possession there on the offensive glass for Pike.
Pike has a team 75% from the line this season. And Lampley played in 3 games last year for Lawrence Central, and then exited the program at that time, which is why he becomes eligible to play in this game tonight for Pike. And connects from the line.
Well, there's more moving around than ever before, isn't there, on the high school level? There's a little bit, it feels like it's a little bit of a trickle-down effect from the college level.
There is an element of free agency these days. 8-3 the score. Pike in front. And you occasionally get out-of-state teams that play in this event. It's happened more, frankly, on the girls' side and the boys' side. Hillerick with the bucket.
Good slow lane line drive by Hillerick and just up over the top of the other 6'11" guy on the floor.
For the folks watching Louisville, I will try to keep the Louisville Slugger references to a minimum with Hillerick. First 2-point field goal for either side in tonight's game as we are quickly halfway through this opening quarter. In Pike, number 8 in the USA Today poll. Number 5 in the coaches poll. Just a matter of can all this talent mesh together. On the drive, the runner by Miller, no. Hill going to be called for climbing the back. So first foul against Isaiah Hill. Now again, frankly, there are other bigs available off the bench, and as I say this, another player that makes his season debut for Pike is Brennan Dokes. His dad, a fantastic player in the South Bend area as a high schooler. Played at Duquesne. Lampley, the Lampleys will interchange. Landon, the sophomore, comes in for Kenneth, the junior. But Dokes had a bit of a procedure on his leg, is the reason why he hasn't played at this point. Dokes was a solid role player for the Red Devils a season ago. And he has a defensive assignment here on James Clark. Good curl to the basket. But again, that is a wall of arms you are trying to finish to. Folks, that is 6'5", 6'6", and 6'11", currently in the front line for Pike.
And both of those guys that contested that shot did a good job of staying vertical and not really whacking at him, just altering that shot.
On the catch and shoot, does not go. Long rebound. Eventually corralled by Pike. In transition, Miller. Couldn't finish at the rim, but Lampley will maintain the possession. Lampley, good job to create space. Good shot, and that's what Dokes will be asked to do. Just collect the loose change. And Hillerick using that 6'10" size to swat away the opportunity. And foul going to be called.
Looked like a classic example there, Greg, of who hit who first.
Right.
And which one did the referee see?
Looks like that foul's going to go against Hillerick.
Hillerick tried to go down there and sit down and get some early post position.
It's on Hill. It's Hill the foul. So it is going to be male basketball, and Hill picks up his second, which is why he subs out. Pike goes smaller. Bo Washington comes in, 5'10" junior. So I say they go smaller. They'll still have 6'5" and 6'6" on the floor together.
Well, that was a little bit of a frustration foul by Hill, and as many shots as he's going to try to block, he needs to not pick up those kinds of fouls.
Nice feed. Lampley lays it up and in. Landon, in the 3 games he has played, second leading scorer for Pike, 16 points a game. Good transition, clean block by Miller. That's off the Louisville Male player. It'll be Pike basketball.
Well, so far, Pike has really looked good getting the ball out, getting it quickly down the floor, and creating number situations just with plain old speed.
Other thing that Pike can do that others simply cannot is the fact that they are so deep because they have been so young the last couple of years. Already, Bill, their 9th player has come into the game. Aiden Woods is in. Woods has played limited minutes so far this season.
Well, they've got 8 guys that are averaging 10 minutes or more, and you got a couple guys that showed up tonight
That's
who
right.
haven't played at all. So you're right. The depth is a real plus for that team.
The only game of the week for Pike. They'll play next on Friday against Gary 21st Century. Miller trying to find Dokes. It'll stay here. Just one turnover so far for Pike.
Pretty good job by the Male defense to really collapse on that drive.
Back of the screen, you see Dave Paddock and Kendra Champion McAloon, AD and assistant AD at Pike High School. So Lachelle Hatcher, who we'll see working our next game as an official, along with our buddy Chris Shields. We'll tell you more about Chris next quarter. Miller on the drive. No, but Dokes. If he is your backup 4, you're pretty good.
You're feeling pretty good about it because he was just parked down there with no intention of trying to get the ball until it went up on the rim.
On the drive, again, it was blocked. Miller got it on the way up. Spot up 3 does not go. Hillerick the rebound, but Lampley in the passing lane. Just couldn't find a teammate. Now on the drive, and Dokes goes flying. It will be 2 free throws coming up. It'll be Colin Jefferson who will shoot 2 free throws.
Well, Jefferson had the Pike players in retreat, and I think it was a good decision to go ahead and attack right there. Try to find some contact.
Foul does go against Dokes. His first foul and team foul number 3. Jefferson's shot is good. Pike will go to their bench again. Bobby Thomas will check in. So make that 10 players now that have seen the floor in the first 6 minutes.
You can wear people down in a 32-minute game like that.
Jefferson makes them both. Full court pickup by Male. Washington tries to go 84 feet, gets fouled, and Colin Bo Washington will shoot 2. And I understand if certain teams want to press to speed you up. I'm not sure because of the variety of ball handlers Pike has, they're a team you want to press.
You know, I was just going to say something along those lines, Greg. I think the other thing, beyond the fact that they're pretty good handling the basketball and they've got lots of guys that can do it, you're also creating more space on the floor when you do that. And when you've got guys who can put their heads down and drive it like Pike does, you're giving them a lot of room. It's going to be problems for your defense.
A miss by Washington. There's Dokes. Hillerick, good job to get his hands on it, but it'll maintain Pike basketball. And Pikes wins Franklin, Central, Hamilton, Southeastern. Flashes by 28, Royals by 19. We will have Pike a lot on ISC and MyNDTV this year. We always do with our mixed schools, but especially given how good we think this Pike team is going to be. Dokes, the bump, couldn't finish. And that's going to be a foul on Lampley and count it. Great catch in traffic by Hillerick.
Terrific athletic play by Hillerick. Catches it on the run, takes the punch, and is able to finish that over the top.
And Hillerick is just a sophomore. Mitchell, just a sophomore. Seniors that kind of play around those guys, but obviously this team that has a chance to do something special in the state of Kentucky. Last year, great crossing out of the Lexington area, the state champs. Lampley on the drive, and that's too easy from the Pike perspective.
He just went, split 2 defenders, big hop, on balance off 2 feet, got right to his spot and finishes with that little half hook over the top.
5-point lead for the Red Devils. Hillerick from the logo. Might be a few college coaches to watch him tonight here, too.
That was pretty good. He is a good-looking prospect.
On the drive, it's Bobby Thomas. Thomas, 5 points and 2 rebounds a game. Pike has had 6 different players score already. Hillerick again. Not that time. And Pike will fly down the floor. Off the window, score it.
They're really being effective in transition, and Male's transition defense is a little bit suspect right now. I'm watching when the shot goes up to see who's rotating back, and I haven't quite figured it out yet.
Steal by Pike, and again the foot race won. The basket missed. Lampley could not save it in time. That was Bobby Thomas that just couldn't finish. Last basket by Aiden Woods was his first of the year.
Well, that is one of those things that your teammates are going to get on you a little bit when you go in there and airball a wide open layup. He's probably going to be hearing about that a little bit.
Both teams impressive so far. Closing 30 seconds of the opening stanza. Thought about the deep three. And Dokes on the help side. That was Jaden Johnson there, and Jaden is just a freshman. And checking in at 6'5" for the Bulldogs. Now Male gets the idea about a last look. It's contested. It does not go. Good rebound. Can he get a shot off in time? He does, but it does not go. Pike 19 and Male 13. You're watching the Unranked Hoops. Sneakers for Santa Shootout. You're doing so on ISC and MyIndy TV.
This is Paul. He loves running, music, and DIY home projects. In fact, he's remodeling his kitchen thanks to a home equity line of credit from Indiana Members Credit Union. They connected him with a loan officer, got him approved at a great low rate, and made it easy for him to make his monthly payment from anywhere thanks to IMCU's digital banking. Looks like Paul can do it all with a little help from IMCU.
And gets the highlights. Now he takes the look away and he puts it away. Want to thank our ISC Sports Network crew, Jordan Shue, Charlie Hammock. Thanks to Carlos Alarkin, Cade Johnson, and Wes Wolf working on this Saturday evening. I'm not sure what else is going on from a sports perspective in town today, but I appreciate those guys being here.
There's not much happening.
No, there's number 1 and number 2 in the country in football playing tonight for the Indiana Hoosiers. Obviously, IU had a basketball game this afternoon, as did Purdue, as did Butler, as did IU Indy. I appreciate you carving out some time for us on ISC and MyIndy TV.
Well, I think we had a pretty even first quarter, Greg. I think the trick for Male, if they want to stay in the game with Pike, is they've got to figure out how to keep him out of transition. They just haven't been back and ready to play too many times already in the first quarter, giving up layups and easy opportunities in transition.
Hand check foul. Going to be called against Bobby Thomas. And a timeout to be taken by Male High School. We'll step aside. We're back in a quick one. 7:39 to play here in the first half. Red Devils by 6. ISC, MyIndy TV.
At the University of Indianapolis, your education is just the beginning. Small class sizes means that everyone gets to know you, your goals, your dreams, and your vision for the future. UIndy empowers you with real-world, hands-on learning projects that transforms your potential into purpose. And it's just minutes from downtown Indianapolis, connecting you to our alumni network, internships, and careers. How's that for opportunity? So, are you in? Your future begins at the University of Indianapolis.
There we go, baby. Oh, my God. Race to the other end, and he punches it down. Go. Lock in. Takes it in. Little energy. Little out the entire game. Touchdown. He's got it. He's up. Now, normally we say you haven't missed a thing. I'd be lying to you. You missed a three-point shot that Male missed, and then a tie-up on the loose ball. The arrow goes to Pike. Greg Rakestraw, Bill Fenlon with you. Our first game, but for our crew, it's game number 6 of 7 today here from Brownsburg High School. First of 2 on My Indy TV. Lampley. Isaiah Hill is sitting with 2 fouls for Pike. But there is so much depth in the Red Devils. Washington had it stripped. Second Pike turnover. Hillerick got it. Hillerick's got 10 of their 15.
That's a pretty good. That's a pretty good weapon to have when you can throw it to your 6'11" guy at half court on the break, and he's going to be able to be under control enough to finish that play off.
Lampley draws the foul. But there might have been even a little contact there that wasn't called. So,
sorry, Greg. I like what I'm seeing of the Male defense when they are able to get it set. When they get it set, they're giving Pike a little bit of trouble. It's just getting back and getting it set that they've had a little bit of trouble with.
Lampley had missed from the line. He is now 9 of 14 on the season. And he is the younger of the 2 Lampley brothers. He's got 5. And it's a 5-point lead for Pike. And this is the first of 2 games against Indiana competition for Male this year. They and Cathedral have started an annual rivalry series. That game won't take place until towards the end of February. That, in fact, is the precursor to the Kentucky State tournament for Male. Hillerick, steps called. Lampley holds his ground. 4th Male turnover.
Pretty good job on the backside of the defense by Pike. Hillerick thought he was open on the roll, and the help just surprised him into that travel.
Jahari Miller. Again, so many weapons for the Pike team. We have not said Jahari's name a lot. It's been the guys with the size advantage like that. Lampley on the drive, finishing over Hillerick. So Landon's got 7. Kenneth has 5. They're on the floor together for Pike. High arching shot is good for James Clark.
A little bit of a trick shot right there. It looked like he had lost his balance, was falling down, was able to get it up there and spin it off the glass for 2.
And steps called. Hillerick will check out. Isaiah Hill comes back in. So, and frankly, because of the depth that Pike has in the post, you can take a flyer on your big playing with 2 fouls and be fine with that.
Yeah, and I think there's something to be said for, not wanting him to sit there the entire first half and then hoping that he's going to give you something in the second half. You want to keep him involved in the game. And he's just got to, as a young player, got to learn how to be a little more judicious with his hands defensively.
Good job to escape that 3-man trap down low. Look from 3, does not go. Tip to keep it alive. Hill swats it away. Ball stays, though, in the possession of the visitors. Jaden Johnson. Contested 3 in the corner, does not go. But another good offensive rebound. Quick hands by Miller. And taken away by Pike. Lampley, the pass. Left hand goes. Good take. TJ Davis.
They pick up that loose ball, and they are out on the break very quickly to create that 2-on-1 situation for another layup for the Red Devils.
Now Pike is sharing the ball well. That's going to be a hand check foul on Davis. And frankly, that's a foul that you don't need to commit if you're Pike. You've got a 6'11" eraser right behind you. Hillerick will check back in.
Well, that's one of those things, Greg, I think in maybe middle of January, he doesn't commit that foul because he's seen that shot get blocked over and over again, and he's like, oh, he's got him. Right now, you still have guys trying to get used to playing with each other.
Pike has led mostly the entire way. Hillerick, not that time, and Miller, the rebound. Pike's got a numbers advantage if Miller pushes. No problem to the window and scores it. His first field goal.
Great finish with the guy on his hip the entire way. Just elevates over the top.
10 have played, 8 have scored so far for Pike. Their largest lead now stands at 9. Nice basket cut, but a miss. Good looking shot by Mitchell, just couldn't finish. Pull up in the corner for 3 by Davis, does not go. That might have been a timeout inducing bucket if it had fallen. Fisher's in Mount Vernon, our final game of the day that follows this one. Mitchell connects from 3. And Mitchell's dad played basketball at IU Southeast. Throw it up top. And Hill fouled by Hillerick.
Well, that's probably not the last lob to Hill that you're going to see tonight.
No.
And Hillerick went up there to try to contest it. A little bit of contact. Very often you make contact with a guy in the air like that, and it's going to be hard for the official not to make the call.
So as Hill takes his first free throw, let's thank our buddy Chris Shields of Shields Assigning Services. Chris is one of Indiana's top officials and responsible for the assignment of officials for many major events, including the Unranked Hoops, Snickers for Santa Shootout, next week's event with the Superstars Events Tip-Off Classic, and many more. Want to become an IHSA official? We need you. Scan the QR code on your screen now to find out how easy and rewarding it can be. Plus, your first-year license is free. On the pull, shot blocked. Miller, or was it blocked? Yeah, it was blocked, yes. I don't think Miller realized it.
Well, most of the things that Male is doing offensively, they're playing through Hillerick in the high post, whether as a ball handler or a ball screener, and they're cutting off of him, they're splitting off of him. He is in the middle of all of the action for Male.
Nice step in. Nice play designed by Male. That's Cornelius Barnett. Miller down the lane. Can't give him that easy of a look.
A little bit of a dribble handoff exchange, and Male just a little confused whether they were going to switch or stay, and you got to make those decisions quick, otherwise it's a layup.
Good swing baseline. Good quick hands. That's Davis. How he kept the dribble there, I have no idea. 5th Male turnover. Lampley, similar story, but does turn it over. 4th giveaway by Pike. Was touched by a Pike player. And a timeout taken by Pike. We'll keep it right here with 2:13 to play here in half number 2. If you're just joining us, first 5 games of the day we're on the ISC Sports Network. Began with Princeton, an impressive victory against Charlestown, a match potential 3A postseason foes. Princeton led by 24 at halftime and won by 14. Plainfield got another really good win after winning at Noblesville last week. Beat New Albany 75-65. Brownsburg over Liberty Christian by 22. Cathedral in comeback fashion beat South Bend St. Joe 78-71. In the game that preceded this one, Lawrence North beat Noblesville 58-51. Bill Noblesville is 1-3. Their losses are Plainfield, Fishers, and LN. 3 of the top easily 6 or 7 teams in the state.
Well, we saw Coach Painter and Coach Shrewsbury over there a little bit earlier. And beyond the recruiting aspect, Coach Shrewsbury's youngest son, Nick, is an excellent player.
Correct.
Already committed to Notre Dame, playing against Coach Shrewsbury's alma mater today. So there had to be a lot of weird stuff going on in the Shrewsbury house today.
Again, South Bend St. Joe has been in the last 2 3A championship games. They are in 4A this year, and frankly, they're a contender for that one too. Great scramble on the floor. Crash, and eventually Pike comes out of there with it. Miller off his hands. Or is it? We'll have a conversation here. It'll stay here.
Well, I like it. I like it. It's the second time the officials have made the move to help each other out and make sure they got the call right. I don't think that made Coach Hayworth very happy, but you want him to get it right.
Dokes back in there for Pike again, making his season debut, and switched his pivot foot. You would say he's not used to seeing that level of size, but I would assume he practices against Isaiah Hill every day.
Every day.
Yep.
Every day. And I think what we talked about earlier, you got Hill in and you got Hill back out. He didn't get another foul, and he got a little more of a taste for the game.
Hillerick the miss. Both offenses been a little stagnant here. Lampley on the drive, got fouled. And Landon Lampley, who was 1 of 2 from the line, will shoot 2. Lampley 16.5 points, 5 rebounds a game coming in. And again, because of the return of both his brother and Dokes, those numbers will probably start to drop a little bit. Just because there is only one basketball they get to play with. Yep.
There's only one ball. They got a lot of talented guys. And the thing that's been impressive to me about them so far is they're very unselfish. They're willing to share that one ball that they have. And that sort of play can take you a long way.
I would think having a couple of NBA guys on your bench from a coaching standpoint might help that just a little bit in terms of delivering that message.
Yeah, I think that when those guys speak, you probably need to listen.
Of course, Jeff, part of an NBA championship as he retired with the Bucks 2021. He was a scout for the Hawks when the Pike job opened up, and he took it some now 2 years ago. Had a rough first season, just 6 wins 2 years ago with a young team, but they have made significant progress and, frankly, had some talent upgrades along the way as well. Paces.
Well, you gotta love a guy who's can do anything he wants to do and wants to give back to his community in that way. I think it's terrific.
Catch and shoot 3 for Mitchell. Got it. His second made 3. Again, top-rated sophomore in the state of Kentucky is Mitchell.
Those are the best threes to have, the ones that come inside out.
Ball was tipped, so he could go across the line to go get it. Don't think Pike's going to hold for 1 here. Could be wrong about that. I wasn't. Line up for 3. That does not go. Good rebound by Male. And then a foul given. Fouls to give, frankly, in both directions. That foul goes against Ian Macon. 6-foot senior, 5 points and 5 rebounds a game. Let's see if the Bulldogs would think about holding for 1, especially considering the fact that they have the ball to be in quarter number 3.
Yeah, I'd be surprised if they didn't try to get the last shot right here.
And again, Pike does have a foul to give if they so choose. Hillerick will let it fire. Missed that. Fight for the loose ball. Davis had it, lost it. Mitchell shot blocked. Dokes from 65 will throw that one wide right. And that is the end of the half. Pike has led most of the way, but they have yet to land the knockout blow. Pike 31, Louisville Male 25. Halftime show comes your way next on ISC and MyIndy TV.
Have you been injured at work? Visit your work injury lawyers at indianaworkers.com. We help injured workers. For a free consultation, go to indianaworkers.com, a division of Galitko and Daly. We go to work when you can't. Have you been injured at work? Visit your work injury lawyers at indianaworkers.com. We help injured workers. For a free consultation, go to indianaworkers.com, a division of Galitko and Daly. We go to work when you can't.
Halftime underway. Good to see David Barlow checking things out. If there's a Pike game, good chance. Remember, the Barlow family is going to be in attendance watching things here. So far, the Red Devils so good, leading Male 31-25 alongside Bill Fenlon. Greg Rakestraw is my name. Coach, your thoughts on half number one?
Well, Greg, it's both teams playing extremely hard, and I don't know about you, but there were a bunch of moments where I'm thinking, okay, Pike is going to take over this game, and it just hasn't happened. Male's just been able to make enough plays to hang around, stay within striking distance. They've done a little bit better job in the second quarter of keeping Pike out of transition, and I think when they've been able to get their half-court defense set, they've been pretty effective in it. So it's anybody's game right now.
We're going to mention famous people in the stands. Let's also mention Coach Lampley from Lawrence Central, and she's here tonight. That's just mom, of course, of both Kenneth and Landon. She's in the Nike t-shirt. And behind her is my buddy Akeem Clark from Gary Westside, who was a heck of a basketball player in his 2 years at IUPUI. We'll take this quick timeout. When we come back, it is Bill's favorite Wabash College halftime trivia. It comes your way next. Pike leads Louisville Male 31-25 on ISC and My Indy TV.
There are many ways to judge the quality of a college or university. At Wabash, we are proud of being nationally ranked in so many measures of quality. The engagement of our students with their faculty, the exceptional classroom experience, the unbeatable internship program and alumni network. It's easy to see how we earn our reputation as one of the best colleges in the country. We are proud of our rankings, but come see for yourself. Schedule a visit today at wabash.edu.
Hey there, my name is Jake Query.
And I'm Derek Schultz.
And we are part of, actually the entirety of, at least from an on-air standpoint, Query and Schultz on the ISC Sports Network. It's appropriately named. It's charitably award-winning. And Derek, now we venture into season number 5. Hard to believe.
5 of them. 5 of them. Can you believe it? 2 best buds, talking Colts, Pacers, Indiana sports, every Tuesday night, 7:30, ISC Sports Network, and on socials as well.
It is made possible, of course, by the people who watch and listen every single week. We are most appreciative. We look forward to season number 5.
Your life is on the go. Now your viewing habits can be on the go. With the ISC Sports Network app, your team is at your fingertips. You can download years' worth of content from the ISC Sports Network library. High school, college, special events, weekly and monthly shows, wherever you find your favorite app. And you can always find out more information at iscsportsnetwork.com.
Welcome back to Brownsburg here on ISC and My Indy TV. Again, game 6 of 7, our finale. We'll have the Fishers Tigers, last year's 4A runners-up, against Mount Vernon, who made the semi-state round a season ago. That one should be a great one. Time now for Wabash College halftime trivia. I always find this interesting when I have the man that was the head basketball coach for 3 decades at DePaul to answer this Wabash College trivia. So I think I'm throwing you a bit of a softball or at least some good news. On Wednesday night, DePaul beat Wabash in their first of 2 meetings this season. They'll meet again in North Coast Athletic Conference play. That snapped a winning streak of how many games for Wabash in the series? Was it 5, 6, 7, or 8?
It is a softball because you already told me.
I know. People on TV didn't need to know that.
The question is, did I remember it? So
right.
It's a test of my cognitive
exactly,
ability.
Which, given your academic background, I like your ability to get this one.
I'm going
the answer
to say
is
6.
That did snap a 6-game winning streak in the series by the Little Giants. Wabash is now 3-2, at least. And we're heading into today's game against Oberlin to start the contest. You can schedule your visit at wabash.edu. We'll take this quick timeout. We'll come back with first half highlights. It's Pike 31 and it's Louisville Male 25. You're watching the Unranked Hoops Sneakers for Santa Shootout on ISC and My Indy TV.
We build kids up from the ground up. It's not so much about where you're at.
In most programs in Indiana, it's teams and it's games and it's teams and it's games.
They're playing in a bunch of games and not really having any type of system or structure to their routine, to their development, to their growth.
Trying to find more of a balance, more trainings, less games, skill development, basketball IQ.
Accountability. Once you walk through those doors, energy and effort's on you, the individual.
4 to 5 days a week, really trying to build a player that is prepared for going into their middle schools, going into their high schools and beyond.
You have objective criteria you have to meet to move on to the next class. That gives kids a sense of dedication to work to get towards something.
We're not here chasing rankings. We're trying to develop basketball players.
So you should not worry about getting ranked at such a young age.
We're going to push you to limits that you probably didn't know you can get to.
It's about the work ethic and less about the rankings and the notoriety. We want you to get a well-rounded basketball education.
3, 2, 1.
Has the first dunk in the building for Joya. Waits, Waddell finishes. And lays it in.
There is right now the play of the game.
Better finish. Good. We might see that on Plays of the Week. Great feed. The finish. Spin, win, 3. Bury it in the lane. No, gun, yes. Stop. Whoa, what a play. Flying in.
Brewer jams it home. That ball wiggles in and into the back of the net. A little fireworks in the first half.
Throw it up for Tillman.
Oh, my goodness. 122.60 for Penn. What a swim. 6 of them.
I can see the championship won by Gordon Hayward, Julian Mavunga, and others. Brownsburg in 2008. Last year, bit of a surprise sectional championship. Obviously, the most recent banners here. Well, what was not up yet was won 7 days ago by the football team. Wrestling team won a state championship earlier this year as well. Greg Rakestraw, Bill Fenlon with you. Male back on the floor getting ready for half number 2. Pike will join them shortly. Let's share with you some first half highlights as we do. Here's a look at scoring in half number 1. Landon Lampley 9, Kenneth Lampley 5, TJ Davis 5, 4 for Jahari Miller, 2 each for Brendan Dokes, Aiden Woods, Bobby Thomas, and a point for Bo Washington. For Male, 10 for Trey Hillerick, 6 for Jordan Mitchell, 3 for Keith Brazil, 2 for James Clark, 2 for Colin Jefferson, 2 for Cornelius Barnett. Bill, overall, your impressions of half number 1.
Well, I think it's funny when you watch the highlights, every one of those made threes is coming inside out for both teams. And I think that's a really important thing when you're shooting the three. I said it earlier, I really like Male's defense when they're able to get it set. So if they can continue to keep the Red Devils out of transition, we're going to have a tight one here all the way to the wire.
Again, Pike 31 and Male 25. We owe you one more timeout. We'll take it here. Third quarter action from Brownsburg comes your way next. It is the Unranked Hoops Sneakers for Santa Shootout, and you're watching on ISC and MyIndy TV.
This is Molly. She loves road trips, hikes, her dog Max, and cars that fit her lifestyle. Like this cool new ride that she got with help from Indiana Members Credit Union at a great low rate. And for when she's on the go, IMCU makes it easy for her to pay from anywhere thanks to their digital banking. Looks like Molly is really getting the max from her credit union.
The drive, the take, fouled, and it goes!
Lobbing it to the back of the end zone. They're going to say it's a touchdown.
Left foot gets through. Goal for Vargas. Hamilton will score. And gets the highlights.
Now he takes the look away and he puts it away.
I want to thank our tremendous ISC Sports Network crew. Thanks to Kay Johnson, thanks to Wes Wolf, thanks to Charlie Hammock, Jordan Shue, Carlos Alarkin. Also want to thank Rob Brown, Pete Smith, Mike Broughton, and Rick Johnston, who were all here earlier today. This is the first of probably too many to count multi-game events that we'll have for you on ISC. Before this ball is sent inbound, how many can do these? Superstar Events Tip-Off Classic, Breakaway Classic at Corteva Coliseum, the Hall of Fame Classic in Newcastle, the Phil Cox Classic in Kokomo, the Paul Logan Foundation Memorial Invitational at North Central, the Marion County Tournament, the Elwood Frankton Invitational. Forget just a few.
That's a lot.
That's a lot, and they're all between now and January 3rd. Well, Marion County Tournament's mid-January, but close enough. And we're underway. On the drive, and they're going to say Hill got it. I think he may have hit it twice. Got on the way up and then kind of got it a second time.
He hit it when it hit the board.
Yep.
And then he hit it again. And you can't do that.
So down to a 4-point game. This is as close as this has been in a while. It's kind of hovered between, say, 4 and 9 most of the way. And a timeout taken by Pike. See if it's the full or 30-second variety, a 30-second variety. And with that, we'll keep it right here. So Pike uses their last 30. They've got nothing but full timeouts remaining. Male has 4 timeouts, 3 full and 1:30 left to go here in this game.
Well, that was a pretty quick timeout by Coach Teague. The possession wasn't very long, but they may have been in a zone there. I'm not sure. And
that's what I saw too. Yeah.
He saw something he didn't like, and was quick to get that timeout. And we'll see if Male switches it up coming out of the timeout.
We mentioned we're going to see Pike a lot on ISC. We will have them at North Central on December 29th and 30th against Lake Central and Park Tudor. Very unique for Pike. All 5 of their MIC games are in February. We will have most of them. They're at home a lot late in the season. It is a bit of a zone trap here by Male. The idea was run Miller to the corner. I'd say it worked just fine.
And I do believe they were in the zone, that possession.
Miller's first made 3. 44% from three-point range on the season. He's got 7.
As a team, Greg, coming in, they were right just a hair under 40%. That's pretty good shooting.
Average making just under 8 a game, and steal. 6 Male turnover. Miller will pull from the elbow. Got that.
These turnovers, Male turnovers, are going to fuel that Pike transition game, and that's the last thing they want to do here.
You also don't want to get Miller in the open court either. Nice take to the basket, scoop and score. That's Clark. Clark's got 6. And here comes the zone trap. You've got small guards you can try to trap, but you've got bigs elevate and go get it. Hillerick got him on the arm. And free throws coming up for Ian Macon.
Well, the problem with the zone against Pike and their athletic ability and their size is, can you rebound out of it? You might be able to take away some of the penetration, but can you get the ball off the glass when it goes up?
So Macon's free throw is good. Came in 6 of 8 from the line on the season. And Macon makes them both. So 9-point game, 38-29. And a blocking foul going to be called against Kenneth Lampley. Well, Pike has made some quick adjustments against that zone, Bill.
They have, and they've been able to to get the ball where they want it and get fouled, get to the free throw line. And I think that I'd be surprised if we didn't see Male make another adjustment defensively.
And an illegal screen, I think, is coming here. And if that's on Hillerick, that's 3. And that is the case.
He's setting a pin down over here on the wing, and I'm not really sure if he stuck his leg out or what happened there. I didn't really see it as an illegal screen, but the official pretty confident with that call.
And as we talked about, there's depth in terms of the bigs for Pike, not as much in terms of Male.
Well, Male, Greg, as we talked about, right back into a man here.
Did Miller touch that last? The answer is yes.
Pretty good activity by Hellerick right there as the player came off the ball screen. He just hopped out there and forced him to bounce it off his foot.
6th Pike giveaway.
Pretty good agility by a 6'11" guy.
So frankly, the first couple minutes of this quarter have gone according to form. Pike has had the lead, but Male's not going away. Good cross-state battle. Nice backdoor cut. Mitchell left it short, and again Hill, with his 6'11" frame, does enough to steer the ball the opposite direction. Macon hanging in midair. That is touched last by a Bulldog.
If you're going to hang around, you got to make those layups.
Yeah. And easier said than done. Macon being told to pick up the pace a little bit. And Lampley the bobble at the other end, blocked by Lampley, but Mitchell is there to clean up the glass.
Good hustle by Mitchell to follow that one up and not assume that that ball was going to get laid in the basket.
Mitchell with 8. Miller. Tough shot. Touch last by Lampley. That is fantastic defense by Clark of Male.
Yeah, I'm not sure that that's a shot that's going to be well liked by the coaching staff. It's not a 3. It's a step back. It's contested, and it's early in the possession.
Dokes and Landon Lampley both return for Pike. And Hill stays on the floor, so this is as big as the Red Devils will go from a lineup standpoint. Basket cut by Mitchell.
Pretty good execution. Mitchell curled all the way off a staggered double on the other side of the court and is able to just keep going all the way to the rim.
Keith Brazil just got a little too aggressive that time going for the loose ball. Team foul number 3 of the quarter against the Bulldogs. By the way, those two super sophomores each have 10 points apiece for Male. And a hold coming against Brazil. So that is team foul number 4, so no free throws on that, but every foul for the final 4:16 will send Pike to the free throw line. And on Brazil, that is his 4th. So he will come out as Colin Jefferson, who has a couple of made free throws tonight. Good hands. Got Lampley on the crossover. Pike on the giveaway. Chance to make it a 1-score game. The drive on Dokes. Again, Hill got him clean. They're going to get Dokes in the block. And 2 free throws coming up. And that was a read by Clark. He saw the matchup and liked his advantage as soon as he got the ball.
But that's what you're talking about right now. When you know Hill is back there, there's no reason to overdo it defensively. And honestly, there wasn't a whole lot of contact on that drive.
So Clark to the free throw line to shoot 2. And connects. It has not been a game with a lot of free throws, frankly, in either direction. But there have been more for Pike than it has been for Male. Aiden Woods back in there. He had a first half bucket for Pike. One for 2 on the trip. So 5 consecutive points for Male.
It's exactly like we talked about in the first half. You think Pike's going to have a chance to take control of the game. It just hasn't happened.
Dokes, good recognition. And that's going to be 2 free throws for Dokes on the 5th team foul against Male. So Dokes to the line to shoot 2.
Well, Dokes had a mismatch there. He had Jefferson buried under the rim, and there wasn't a whole lot Jefferson could do right there except foul him.
Dokes a little strong. The first game he has played this year was a regular rotation piece a season ago. Pike went 12 and 10 last year, including going 2 and 3 in the MIC. They will frankly fare better this year. That 6-win season 2 years ago, Pike's first losing season in 28 years.
Wow, that's something, huh?
And they've not been as great as they have been for a while, but they've been solid every year. Hill, catch, and puts it up and in.
Turnovers kill you. Turnover, that Male turnover, fueling the Pike transition game, ends up in another layup, Greg.
First bucket the Red Devils have had in some time, but they've maintained a lead. Male scored first at 3-0. Pike then took a 6-3 lead. They have led the entire way since. Mitchell on the attack. Dokes holds his ground, and turnover committed by Male, unofficially their 9th. And again, for those of you watching from the Louisville perspective, Ryan Conwell, who the folks that everybody said have a greater appreciation for than before. He is a Pike Red Devil grad. Circuitously has made his way from South Florida to Indiana State, to Xavier, to U of L. Dokes in the corner for 3, and if he's hitting that, good luck.
That's a lot of schools for Conwell.
It is, but that's kind of the nature of the business these days.
It sure is.
And what a season he had in Terre Haute. That one leaves a crack in the backboard. Then Washington got fouled as he got pulled to the floor. And now Pike has the chance to make this a double-digit lead. Jordan Mitchell commits the foul. Washington 1 of 2 from the line earlier. 7 of 10 on the season.
Well, he climbed the ladder to go get that, but I didn't really see a ton of contact. Looked like he just kind of lost his balance in the air.
Telling me that Bo knows insinuating a foul?
Well, I think it can happen, right? Your kid's up in the air and you're like kind of worried about how he's going to land, and you see him fall down. You think, well, somebody must have hit him.
Or are you saying the referee didn't know diddly in that situation? You can go either direction. You think of a certain age to get the joke that I made, too. Clearly Bill did. Thank you. 10-point lead for Pike. Shot does not go, and Hill, the uncontested rebound. Came in averaging 7 points, 7 boards a game, did Hill. Nice step through by Lampley. Knew it was off immediately. Nice outlet pass by Hillerick to find Mitchell, who's got a dozen.
I've really been impressed with Hillerick's ball skill. You know, his ability to bounce it, pass it, and just in general handle it is pretty impressive for a, beyond being 6'11", he's only a sophomore.
Lampley on the drive. Right idea, just couldn't complete the pass. 8th Pike turnover. It's going to be a hand check foul on Lampley. 3rd foul against Pike. No free throws on that yet. And really only Brazil is in a semblance of foul trouble in terms of an individual in this game. On the drive, and that'll be a foul on the floor. Again, no shot, but out of bounds to Louisville Male.
Well, they've been hitting Hellerick at kind of in the elbow area and then coming for dribble handoffs. And the players, whether it's Hill or Dokes or whoever's guarding Hellerick, not really giving a lot of show off those handoffs, creating some driving lanes for the Male drivers.
Mid-range jump shot by Mitchell. He's got 14, and it's back to a 6-point game. On the drive, and Washington simply lost it. Game that Male tipped it away. That'll be a blocking foul. That'll go against Clark. And free throws coming up. So it's Aiden Woods to shoot 2.
It's like they just kind of got their legs tangled up out there.
It's one of those you kind of had to call after.
You had to call something.
Woods went flying. And Pike has left some points at the line. And they came in shooting 75% on the season. And missed them both. Mitchell on the bounce. Mitchell to the basket. He's got 16.
Not a very good job of transition defense by Pike there. The missed free throw gets all the way to the rim for a layup.
Woods for 3, no. Mitchell tipped the rebound. Male's got it again, a chance to make it a 1-score game. But good hustle to take it back away by Lampley. And Lampley, great body control to avoid the defender and score it.
Really used his length there. Covered a lot of ground all the way to the rim.
Runner, no. Lampley got a piece. Lampley's 11, by the way, leads a very balanced Pike effort. 5 seconds to go in the quarter. On the drive, runner got fouled. And Bobby Thomas will shoot 2 free throws. Pike is 10 of 18 from the free throw line tonight. And they have been there a whole lot more than Male has. But they have left the door open for Male by not converting. Thomas on the season came in 2 of 4 from the stripe.
You know, you see it all the time when people talk about it. The making's contagious and missing is contagious. So you've seen a bunch of guys going up and just not making free throws.
Missed that one too. Desperation heave. He frankly had more time, but that is the end of the quarter. And much like it was at halftime, it is a 6-point margin in favor of Pike as both teams put 15 on the board in quarter number 3. 8 minutes left to go in the unranked Hoops Sneakers for Santa Shootout. Pike and Male here on ISC and My Indy TV.
Hey there, my name is Jake Query.
And I'm Derek Schultz.
And we are part of, actually the entirety of, at least from an on-air standpoint, Query and Schultz on the ISC Sports Network. It's appropriately named. It's charitably award-winning. And Derek, now we venture into season number 5. Hard to believe.
5 of them. 5 of them. Can you believe it? 2 best buds talking Colts, Pacers, Indiana sports every Tuesday night, 7:30, ISC Sports Network, and on socials as well.
It is made possible, of course, by the people who watch and listen every single week. We are most appreciative. We look forward to season number 5.
46-40. Again, Pike has led virtually the entire way, but it has never been more than, say, 10 or 11. Game 6 of the day. Princeton beat Charlestown. Plainfield beat New Albany. Brownsburg over Liberty Christian. Cathedral, in come from behind fashion, beat South Bend St. Joe. Lawrence North beat Noblesville, and here we are in game number 6.
Well, Greg, we've been talking about it all night, but it just you feel like there's been junctures where Pike's going to be able to just kind of take over the game, and Male just has not allowed it to happen. They're just making enough plays to hang around, and if they can keep Pike out of transition this quarter, they can be there at the end.
Lampley couldn't finish. The tip in, though, goes, and what the younger brother started, the older brother finished. Kenneth gets his first bucket of the half. He's got 7. And Hill gets a breather currently for Pike. They have played 10 tonight. Hillerick down the lane. No. But there's Mitchell. Missed that one too. Washington on the drive. Shot blocked. But body contact by Clark, and Bo Washington will go to the line to shoot 2.
That defensive balance has just been a real problem for Male all night. Can't run even with him. You got to be back there waiting for him.
Washington rattles that one home. He's got 3. We'll see Cornelius Barnett return for Male. Barnett with 2 points so far tonight. Colin Jefferson will have a seat. And the offense has been a bit more spread out for Pike. It has really been the 2 sophomores that have carried the freight for Male. Hillerick and Mitchell have 26 of their 40. Full court man pick up here.
Carried the freight or carried the Male for Male?
Well, I thought I'd go with freight to
mix it up.
Mix it up a little bit.
Okay.
Be less confusing that way. I did not go to DePauw Northwestern, but that's the best I got.
Your best is pretty good.
Well, thank you. Mitchell slings that one baseline. Hillerick jump hook in the lane. And good work by the Lampley brothers on both ends of the defense. Good work by the Lampley brothers in terms of the pass and the catch. Just Kenneth could not finish. Time is of the essence. 6:22 and counting left to play. There's an open 3 that is pure by Barnett.
A lot of dribble handoff action, and every now and then the defenders get confused about switching or staying, and that's what happened there. Ended up in a wide open 3.
We'll take this to break. It's back to a 7-point game as you're watching on ISC and my Indy TV.
Your life is on the go. Now your viewing habits can be on the go. With the ISC Sports Network app, your team is at your fingertips. You can download years' worth of content from the ISC Sports Network library. High school, college, special events, weekly and monthly shows, wherever you find your favorite app. And you can always find out more information at iscsportsnetwork.com.
Bill, would you like to learn more about Louisville Male High School?
Love to. You got some information
I
for
do.
me?
God bless Wikipedia. So I rattled off a few of the players that I knew kind of my age group, knowing that Chris Redmond and Michael Bush, when they play in the National Football League, were Louisville Male grads. Maybe if you're an older basketball fan, Dr. Duncanstein himself, Darrell Griffith.
Darrell Griffin.
Ralph Beard was a Male high school grad. Winston Bennett, that played at Kentucky, was a Male high school grad. Foul here against Male, and free throws coming up for Lampley. But if I think I know you the way that I do, I think you will get a kick out of what I'm about to say. Hunter S. Thompson is a graduate of Male high school.
The Gonzo journalist.
Yeah.
In fact, you know what? I probably knew that. I knew he was from Louisville because I've read a lot about him, strangely enough. A lot of fear and loathing there.
Especially in Las Vegas.
And the campaign trail and all over the place.
So Lampley misses from the line. And misses again. Well, that's the teaching point right now for Pike from this one.
They're just keeping the door open with the missed free throws right now. We'll see if Male is interested in walking in.
Lampley commits the foul. His second. And Pike came in as a 75% free throw shooting outfit. Hill will come back in. Again, you name the school there is interested in Hill because of what he can do from a defensive standpoint. Offensive game is kind of a work in progress, but given the talent around him, he's not asked to force his offensive game.
And he's got a lot of time to develop. He's not a guy who people are going to take to save the day as a freshman.
Good movement here by Male. Mitchell. Runner does not go. Hill, the rebound. Lampley. Fouled and one.
Pike transition, man. That's been the bugaboo for Male all night long. They've done a good job of guarding them and when they've gotten their half-court defense set. But these things have been a problem for them.
That is a big foul for Male. That is the fourth on Hillerick.
And Hillerick's such an important part of what they're doing on both ends. He's handling the basketball for him. They're playing through him, and they're going to leave him. They can't afford not to leave him right now, down 9.
Lampley another miss at the line. But it maintains a 9-point advantage for Pike. Mitchell, bit of a delayed release on that shot. Look ahead pass to Macon. Finds Lampley. Lampley on the step through. Steps called.
Well, that's a tough three for Mitchell right there. The reload is probably the hardest three to make. And he left that one a little short.
Nice basket cut. Mitchell finishes. Mitchell's got 18. You can see why he has the lofty ranking he does. Yeah, traveled, absolutely.
Sure
just kind of.
Right out there in front of everybody.
Just took an extra kind of shuffle step to create some space. And
he doesn't seem like he's a believer. But he better get that figured out so he doesn't do it again the next time.
On the backdoor cut. Male gives it away. Their 11th turnover. Well, Male has been every bit the worthy adversary of Pike. As said earlier, Male will play Cathedral on February the 21st. Miller, drive and kick. Lampley, 3, no. And the rebound to Mitchell. ISO for Mitchell. Just let him go to work. Good hands, though, by Miller. That's back-to-back turnovers by the Bulldogs. Throw it up top. Always an option with Isaiah Hill.
It's a great finish by Hill. He was kind of signaling for it on the way down the floor.
Jump shot does not go, and again, you're now at a Pivotal point of the game. Not a bad idea, just put too much on it.
Well, this is the part of the game where the depth really starts to show. The Male guys look a little tired. Got some hands on knees and that sort of stuff, and the Pike guys just look a little fresher right now.
Well, let's also add to the fact this is the third game in 5 days. Foul and one. Mitchell got fouled and got it to go.
They were able to find that mismatch. Post Mitchell up right there. Good, strong drop step move to the rim.
Make it on the foul. TJ Davis now back in to replace him. Mitchell with 20, and this will be his first free throw of the game. Finish the thought. This is the third game in 5 days for Male. Not to mention, you have a 2-hour bus ride to get here as well. For Pike, they played 3 last week. This is their only game this week, and if it's a 2-hour bus ride, something has gone horribly wrong to go from Pike to Brownsburg. It's a less than 2-hour walk from Pike to Brownsburg. Steal. Throw it ahead to Mitchell. Got it. 4-point game.
Just hanging around.
And a timeout taken by Male. We will take it with them. 2:49 to play. This is down to a 4-point game on ISC and My Indy TV.
Have you been injured at work? Visit your work injury lawyers at indianaworkers.com. We help injured workers. For a free consultation, go to indianaworkers.com, a division of Galitko and Daly. We go to work when you can't. Have you been injured at work? Visit your work injury lawyers at indianaworkers.com. We help injured workers. For a free consultation, go to indianaworkers.com, a division of Galitko and Daly. We go to work when you can't.
Greg Rakestraw, Bill Fenlon with you here on ISC and My Indy TV. It has been a pattern this game has certainly followed. Pike will get it to 9 or 10. Male will bring it back to 4 or 5. And we're at that stage of the ebb and flow here where Male has cut it back to a 4-point game with 2:49 left to play.
Well, Greg, it's a thing I used to tell my teams all the time. People don't go away. You have to make them go away, right? And Pike just has not made Male go away with missed free throws and turnovers. They've just kind of let him hang around, and here we are.
Miller stripped clean by Male. It'll remain Pike basketball. Good hands that time coming from James Clark. Miller a 3, no. Lampley got hands on it. Good job to bring it down. And Hill will fire a 3. That does not go, but Lampley had inside position. That is not on Hillerick. That's the good news. The foul is on Mitchell, but it will be 2 shots for Landon Lampley, who again has missed a couple of free throws. No, it won't be. I'm sorry. Not enough team fouls yet. My apologies. 4th foul on Male, so no free throws coming up. Next foul will send Pike to the line.
Well, the extra possessions really hurt Male that time. They had multiple opportunities to finish that possession with the rebound.
Tough take by Lampley.
It cost them 2. Sorry, Greg.
56-50. Pike can be aggressive. They've got fouls to give, and Davis gets the steal, the step through. Fouled on the way up, and Davis will get 2. And the smallest player on the floor makes a big play.
And he has been a relentless pest on the basketball all night long. Has made it really hard for Male to initiate their offense with the pressure, and knocks one loose and gets himself to the free throw line right there.
Davis connects his first free throws. Just the third and fourth of the season for the 5'7" senior. It's made it a 3-score game. See on your screen, 3 timeouts left for Male, 2 remaining for Pike. Makes them both. Now you know who your crunch time free throw guy is if you're Pike.
I was going to say that gets Pike off the schneid from a free throw standpoint.
Mitchell. Nice spin, but again, you're into that teeth of that defense. Left that one short. Lampley fights for it. That was Landon that was engaged in the battle. Kenneth pulls it down. Davis, great shot if you make it, and he did. His second 3, he's got 10, and it's an 11-point game with 90 seconds left to go, and Pike gets another steal.
Well, you're right. He didn't need to take that one, but probably felt good to watch it go in.
Davis was 5 of 10 from three-point range in the season coming in. He's now made 2 tonight. And now if you're Miller, now he'll pull the deep 3. That does not go. And Jeff Teague immediately points to the scoreboard.
We have a clock and a scoreboard here.
And that 3 is good. That is Clark that makes it. He's got 10. Full timeout. Male will take our final break of regulation. 61-53. Pike leads it by 8. Less than a minute to play. Back in 60 seconds on ISC and MyIndy TV.
Man, if I beat Braden Smith and Pig, he's never going to live that down.
Dude, don't get your hopes up. Hey, Adam, it's your turn.
Oh, sorry, guys. Got to take this. All right, Braden, go easy on me.
Okay.
Sorry, man.
I guess for every hour, there really is Banks and Brower.
Whether it's criminal, family, personal injury, or immigration law.
You can call them anytime. Sorry, got a call.
Sorry.
Hey there, my name is Jake Query.
And I'm Derek Schultz.
And we are part of, actually the entirety of, at least from an on-air standpoint, Query and Schultz on the ISC Sports Network. It's appropriately named. It's charitably award-winning. And Derek, now we venture into season number 5. Hard to believe.
5 of them. 5 of them. Can you believe it? 2 best buds talking Colts, Pacers, Indiana sports every Tuesday night, 7:30, ISC Sports Network, and on socials as well.
It is made possible, of course, by the people who watch and listen every single week. We are most appreciative. We look forward to season number 5.
56.7 ticks the clock left to go in game number 6 of the day. Pike leading Louisville Male by a score of 61-53. Thanks for joining us all day long on ISC and for tonight's doubleheader on MyIndy TV. In Fishers and Mount Vernon, slated for an 8:15 start, and because there's auxiliary gyms here, they'll keep that start time pretty close to on time. In other words, it'll be a tight turn between games for us, which is good for you, the viewer, on ISC and MyIndy TV. Inbounds pass to Davis. Good job to avoid the trap. Macon is fouled. Macon 2 for 2 tonight from the line and 8 of 10 on the season, and every trip will be a 2-shot foul. And Pike does have fouls to give if they choose. They're sitting on just 2.
Well, Pike going to the line here, Greg, and you could tell in that last possession, Coach Teague wasn't really happy with that 3 that was taken when they probably should have been playing the foul game right there.
Macon makes that one. Looking at some games of note for Pike. At Fishers on January 9th. Jumps off the page at you. As Macon makes them both. Marion County Championship. They got to go through Brebeuf first. Of course, the semis and finals on ISC and MyIndy TV. That's the championship game Saturday, January the 17th. 10-point game, 47 seconds left to go. In the lane, and steps called. Lampley did a good job just walling off. That is now 15 turnovers committed by Male. If you're Male, you're going to be disappointed about this one, but that team's going to be just fine.
Well, I thought they really competed from start to finish, gave themselves a chance, and just needed to make a few more plays down the stretch.
Lampley, give it to him.
They did give it to him.
An emphatic and one for Landon Lampley.
Looked like the foul happened at about the foul line there.
They gave him the continuation and gather step. That's the phrasing in college basketball these days.
Yeah, I don't know.
Missed shot. But obviously this one decided now with a 12-point lead with 23 seconds left to go. Again, foul on Kenneth Lampley, but just the third team foul against Pike. Fouls to give here. Good quick hands, but ball finds its way to a Male player. And that's Brazil, who has 5. And Male has been told, hey, back up, and you would think Pike would take this to the front court and simply dribble it out at this juncture. Although a foul is given, which was not what Male was wanting to do, at least from the coaching perspective.
Well, it's just, it's kind of mathematically not possible.
So Lampley will shoot 2.
I don't know what the spread was, but
that one missed. So Pike plays on Friday night. They take on Gary, 21st Century. They'll play Center Grove the following Tuesday. Then they are off for 13 days around the Christmas holiday. Lampley makes the second of the 2. And Mitchell will take one final shot to put this one in the past tense and miss it. Pike wins it 66-55. Our between game coverage comes your way next as you're watching an ISC in My Indy TV.
At the University of Indianapolis, your education is just the beginning. Small class sizes means that everyone gets to know you, your goals, your dreams, and your vision for the future. UIndy empowers you with real-world, hands-on learning projects that transforms your potential into purpose. And it's just minutes from downtown Indianapolis, connecting you to our alumni network, internships, and careers. How's that for opportunity? So, are you in? Your future begins at the University of Indianapolis.
Your life is on the go. Now your viewing habits can be on the go. With the ISC Sports Network app, your team is at your fingertips. You can download years' worth of content from the ISC Sports Network library. High school, college, special events, weekly and monthly shows, wherever you find your favorite app. And you can always find out more information at iscsportsnetwork.com.
And gets the highlights.
Now he takes the look away and he puts it away.
Back at Brownsburg, we got one more game left to go between Fishers and Mount Vernon. But first, we've got Pike and Male to wrap up. Pike led the entire way. They win it 66-55. Tonight's game on ISC and My Indy TV, presented in part by Banks and Brower. For every hour, there's Banks and Brower. By Galitko and Daly, we go to work when you can't. Learn more at IndianaWorkers.com. By Unranked Hoops, Indy's first Euro-style basketball academy. Check out UNRNKD.com. And by Wabash College. Schedule your visit today at wabash.edu. Bill, overall thoughts on this one?
Well, I think that Pike has got to feel, they got the win, but they got a lot of things that they can improve on. Their free throw shooting, starting there. They just were not able to put the game away, but still it's mission accomplished when you win the basketball game. Male can go back to Louisville and feel good about the fact that they went nose to nose, head to head with one of the better teams around and really had chances to be in the game up until the last couple of minutes. So early season positives for both teams to drag out of this one and build on.
An early impression for me, Bill, is that no team in Indiana is going to have the depth of talent that this Pike team has, especially when it comes to the front court.
Yeah, I think when you have that many talented players, it's even more difficult to figure out how to put it all together and who's going to do what when. And those things, they shake out in practice sessions and they shake out in games as the season goes on. It's still really early for the Red Devils, and you could see that they're a little bit hesitant about forming roles and trying to figure out who's going to do what when for them, and those things will reveal themselves as time goes on.
Landon Lampley, 17, leads the way for Pike. It was Jordan Mitchell's 23 that led all scores on behalf of Louisville Male. We'll take a quick timeout. We'll come back and we will wrap up this broadcast before we then get you to the Fishers and Mount Vernon game. They're going to give these two teams the full 20 minutes of warm-up, so our tip-off of game number 7 will be somewhere in the vicinity of 8:25. Final score on this one, Pike 66, Male 55. We'll wrap this one up next on ISC and MyIndy TV.
Hi, this is Bill with Banks & Brower. No, you're fine. How can I help you?
This is Adam Brower from Banks & Brower. Nah, not busy at all.
You got this, Brad. One more mile.
Banks & Brower, this is Brad. No, now's the perfect time to talk.
You never know when trouble will find you.
But when it does, we're here for you anytime.
For every hour, there's Banks & Brower.
Hey there, my name is Jake Query.
And I'm Derek Schultz.
And we are part of, actually the entirety of, at least from an on-air standpoint, Query and Schultz on the ISC Sports Network. It's appropriately named. It's charitably award-winning. And Derek, now we venture into season number 5. Hard to believe.
5 of them. 5 of them. Can you believe it? 2 best buds, talking Colts, Pacers, Indiana sports, every Tuesday night, 7:30, ISC Sports Network, and on socials as well.
It is made possible, of course, by the people who watch and listen every single week. We are most appreciative. We look forward to season number 5.
Your life is on the go. Now your viewing habits can be on the go. With the ISC Sports Network app, your team is at your fingertips. You can download years' worth of content from the ISC Sports Network library. High school, college, special events, weekly and monthly shows, wherever you find your favorite app. And you can always find out more information at iscsportsnetwork.com.
For those of you watching on Twitter, online, on YouTube, on ihsatv.org, your broadcast of Pike and Louisville Male is about to come to an end. For those of you watching on MyIndy TV, just don't go anywhere. We'll be back in a couple of minutes with the beginning of the pregame ramp-up for Fishers and Mount Vernon with, again, an approximate tip time of 8:25 in that game. Again, Bill, final thoughts on this one. Pike getting to 3-1 with a 66-55 win.
Well, two really good basketball teams and a good game for both of these teams early in the season to kind of get a gauge on where they're at. I was really impressed with the fortitude of Male to just kind of hang around. There were a bunch of junctures during the game where I thought Pike was going to put them away. They did not go away, and Pike had some troubles at the free throw line, a little bit of trouble turning it over, some things they can go back in the lab and work on, and I think that you're going to see both of those teams have terrific years.
Again, Pike unquestionably one of the best teams in the state for 2025 and 2026. They certainly proved that tonight. So for game number 6, we wish you a fond farewell. Game number 7 coverage between Fishers and Mount Vernon. That comes your way in just a matter of moments. You're watching the 2025 Unranked Hoops Sneakers for Santa Shootout, and you're doing so on ISC and MyIndy TV. got the poster and gets the highlights.
Now he takes the look away and he puts it away. Race to the other end, and he punches it down. Lock in, takes it in. Little energy, little. Not the entire game. Touchdown. He's got it. He's up. Still going. Throws it up and Hooks will throw it down.
Your life is on the go. Now your viewing habits can be on the go. With the ISC Sports Network app, your team is at your fingertips. You can download years' worth of content from the ISC Sports Network library. High school, college, special events, weekly and monthly shows, wherever you find your favorite app. And you can always find out more information at iscsportsnetwork.com.
Back inside the Varsity Fieldhouse here at Brownsburg High School. Now time for our finale of the day. Second game for those of you watching on MyNDTV. Seventh game of the day if you've been following along all day long on the ISC Sports Network. A pair of 3-0 teams that both won last night, Fishers and Mount Vernon. Tonight's game on ISC and MyNDTV presented in part by Banks & Brower. For every hour, there's Banks & Brower. By the Ed Martin Automotive Group, the only name you need to know. By Galitco and Daly, go to work when you can't. Learn more at IndianaWorkers.com. By 9-Star Connect, Indiana's fastest internet. Who knew? By Unranked Hoops, Indy's first Euro-style basketball academy. Check out UNRNKD.com. And by Wabash College, schedule your visit today at wabash.edu. Alongside Bill Fenlon, my name is Greg Rakestraw. Thank you so much for joining us. And, Coach, your thoughts about what you're looking forward to seeing about both of these teams in tonight's game?
Well, you've got somebody's going to get their first loss of the year, and somebody's going to get their fourth win. So two really good teams, really good programs coming off of excellent seasons, and both programs have cultures where they have really high expectations and expect to win. So much like our first game, or not our first game, but what was that, the 17th game?
Something like that, yeah.
Year, something of the day. Much like the game we just did, you've got two teams that are going to try to figure a few things out here early in the season, and it should be a great one.
Now, for Mount Vernon, they're playing without their second leading scorer, Elijah Parra. He is out for tonight's game, but they have really not missed a beat. What strikes me about Mount Vernon is how good they have been defensively. In their 3 games, they have played Lebanon of Ohio, held them to 37 points. Played Lebanon of Indiana, held them to 37 points. Played Delta last night, held them to 36 points. Now, Fishers is a whole different dynamic, but clearly Coach Joe Bradburn and Mount Vernon has things locked down defensively to start the year.
Well, Coach Bradburn's been doing it for a while, and his teams have always been known for defending. They've also been known for being pretty deliberate offensively, which puts you in a little bit of a lower scoring situation. So we'll see if their defense can hold down the firepower that Fishers is going to bring to the court tonight.
I like the idea by Fishers. Their shooting shirts, there's a target on their back, and I would agree with that as the team that has made the state finals in each of the last 2 years. They have lost twice in the last 2 seasons, and after a 16-point win against Noblesville, they have now won 62 of their last 64 games. And you and I were having the conversation. I think the margin from then everybody else has shrunk just because they've got to work in some new players. It is a big three. It is a big two that are back in terms of the backcourt of Gardner and Zachary. Obviously, Kai McGrew, the import from Lawrence North. Those are the three known commodities. Everybody else, they're trying to kind of figure things out. But, Bill, you give me those three.
That's a pretty good start.
I can figure it out. We'll work around it. What are your thoughts about the big three?
I think that's a pretty good start. And anytime you have the excellent guard play that Fishers is going to be able to throw at you, you've got a chance to be terrific. And those two guards are really, really good. And you add McGrew to the mix, and then it's the kind of program where you're going to have some guys that are going to show up and you can just kind of piece them in and facilitate those other players, and they're not going to miss a beat.
Jason Gardner Jr. averaging 22.5 points a game going into last night's contest. Cooper Zachary, 16 points, 4 boards, 6 assists, and 4 steals a game. And again, Kai McGrew will handle all the dirty work down low, get a lot of rebounds, but frankly, he can kind of pick and pop as well when needed. Again, those are 3 major Division I talents, 2 of them juniors, 1 of them a senior on this Fishers roster. We'll take our first time out when we come back. Getting the keys to this game for each of these 2 teams as we are less than 10 minutes away from tip-off. It's Fishers in Mount Vernon. It's yours next on ISC and My Indy TV.
You know, Wabash is a school for people who are serious about reaching their full potential.